Hello and welcome to the Wednesday night episode of the Blitz Pickup. It's your girl Insanity. And listen, my favorite day of the off season has finally arrived. It's when we get to decide who we believe is, I guess, good enough to, play on this roster. Now, I'll be honest, I did do my homework and some of the names had me a little like, and we all know this because of the last game. But while we also do that, we are also going to recap what we believe the final preseason game is going to look like. Obviously, after that is our 53-man roster cut this Sunday. So without further ado, it's going to be me and Tone first, but Lou will be here later. Tone, let's get into the show.
Good evening, Vicinity.
Good evening. How are you?
So there's no smoke for this show today, right?
Listen,
everything gonna be kosher.
Listen, I want people to see I did do my own homework. Like I did do my own homework, but a little bit of it I'm going to defer because I feel like you had more eyes. There are players I did have questions about when I was looking at the names. So if don't get a little frustrated if I'm like, what about this player or what about that player? But I think.
Oh no, I'm ready for smoke today.
Oh, you want? Okay, well, I mean, listen, we might have to save the smoke for the second segment because I have some things to say.
Oh man, the second segment. I'm just saying. We might be on the same side. We might have smoke for this. You know what? You're right. I came without the smoke today. It wasn't directed at you. See what I'm saying? You automatically assumed it was directed towards you.
Because listen, I went back, right? I went back and I listened, right? And I realized, Tone, you slick with it. And I'd be like, okay. He just, hi mom. Sorry, I just had a whole daughter moment. Hi mom. But sorry, that's my mom.
That's you ready for the smoke.
I'm sorry. I love my mom with my whole heart. Like I love my mom. It's a special place for her. But there's some of the little jabs you be throwing in there, but you're just so smooth with it and you just talk. I just be like, hold up. Someone once told me you got to go back and listen to the show. And, I picked up on some things. So,
see, the same person that take the jab, be the same one that try to teach you how to catch the jab. You feel me? It's you,
dad.
You train it on purpose. Oh, that's crazy then.
That's my dad.
He say, let Lou know Tua will be available soon. Yeah, at the game tomorrow. You know what? We're going to talk about that. I can't wait to get to that segment. Chrisandy, are you ready to get into the show right now?
I'm very much ready to get into the show.
Oh, wait. Shout out to our brother. You know what I'm saying? At work call. So he said he should be putting up shortly if he had the chance to, but most likely he would. Oh, wow. Wow. Hold on. Let me pause. Hold on.
I saw it.
You know what? Y'all can't say hi to your dad? Wow. Shout out to Pops. You know what? That's crazy. You're not going to say hi?
Dad, listen. You know what? That's crazy because my dad did comment before him. So her. Oh my God. Listen. It's mom, dad. But here's the thing: I don't have the comment section if I'm in the studio, guys.
Oh, blame it on me.
When Tone put up, my mom's comment. Hi, mom. Hi. I should have known. Hi, dad. How are you? Miss you. Love you too. Hi. All right, let's get into the show because I'm focused.
Shout out to Pops, man. Hey, so let's get into the show. You ready? 53 man. Hey, I think I'm interested to see who you thought. I did have more insight. So this is a public service announcement, PSA, a disclaimer, whatever you want to call it. I had the more insight. So if they predicted better than I am, dang, I don't know if that's me giving good reports or me, not being as good as I think I am. But we'll see. But go ahead, Ficelli. It's on you.
All right. So you know what? Let's start with something easy, right? Can we start fairly easy?
Oh, yes. You know what? I should just pull up the
Oh, you have it. You have
Yes, I should just pull up the you want me to put up my
Yeah, let's pull up yours and I'll compare and contrast with mine. Yeah.
Okay, let's
yeah, I can be transparent. I have no problem with doing that.
Let's go to the film room then.
Ooh.
Let's offense first, right? Offense. I wanted to do offense first, if you don't mind.
Okay,
here we
absolutely.
Go. Boom. Now, you have questions or what you want? You want me to go over it? You got questions or how you want to go? I have a question for you before I go through mine. I do have a question for you. So I want to know if you had a question for me first.
No, we are literally on par. Hold on one second.
All right, great.
Oh,
Don't
oh,
I'm gonna go through my list first. This is a question for you and even the people in the chat, right?
mm-hmm,
I was just thinking, that's 53, right? Do you
mm-hmm.
think they do half and half? And one of them. So you think it's 26, 27? You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Let me count mine. Well,
I'm
listen,
sorry. No. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. Do you think it's 25, 25? I'm so sorry. Because look, let me give you this.
yeah, because of
when I was doing the breakdown, right? I noticed something. There's 53 men on the roster, but you have to allocate at least 3 for special teams, which is, kicker, punter, and long snapper.
right.
So do you think it's 25-25, or they just pick the 50 best players outside of outside of just the special team guys? Because I was thinking, like, if I'm an offensive coordinator, and if I got 28 on defense, that means you only leave me 23. You feel me? I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. So I'm 22. Sorry. So what we doing here? So I was like, let me ask the question: do you think it's like 25 on offense, 25 on defense, and then 3 special teams, or they just put the best players on the roster, regardless of the unit?
I think they're going to do the best players, but I do believe it's going to be balanced though, regardless, because you do need depth. I'm very happy that we both have 5 wide receivers, and luckily enough, I did pick Jalen Tolbert as the vet in the room, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, well, let me go. All right, well, let me get. So listen, obviously, and y'all in the chat, let me know how y'all feel. So this is my offense, first of all. So Malik Willis, Quinn Ewers. So we're both in agreement that they're only keeping 2 quarterbacks.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, but I did write down Cam Miller as the emergency.
Yes, that's an emergency. That's why. So we're in agreement. So yes.
Yeah.
Same thought process. Good. How about Achane, Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon? I think everyone had that right there. That was the easy part. This is when it started to get tricky for me. Right? Yeah. Fullback. I put DJ Herman and Ben Sims because I noticed they had them listed as tight end / fullback. So what did you have? Do you have Ben Sims making the roster?
Okay.
Even though he's nicked up?
No, I did not. I only had DJ Herman. If I'm being transparent, I only wrote
so
down
you don't
DJ
have
Herman.
Okay.
Listen.
So you don't have Ben Sims. Okay, that's the first one. Right? Because I noticed this is what got tricky for me when I got down to how I did mine. I didn't do it in order. I just put all the players that I knew for sure I felt like was going to make the roster, and then I started fitting in slots, like based on importance and based on depth, right? So I started doing it like that. Like I said, let me get my first 11 out the way on offense, 11 out the way on defense, and then I said, let me take away the 3 spots for special teams. Now, okay, I know all my running backs. Let me add those 2 running backs in. I know who I feel was going to be my backup quarterback. And then when I got the tight end and fullback, like I was able to fill out my wide receivers before I was able to fill out my tight end and fullback room. Because I was like, okay, who have I seen playing and practicing this whole time? It was Greg Dulcich and Will Kazmarek. They was part of the starting unit. So I'm like, okay, cool. They part of the starting unit. Let me lock those 2 in at tight end. I'm like, And when we first started, they were using Ben Sims at fullback. It triggered me when I saw him listed as tight end fullback. So I'm like, This whole time I was thinking I'm only going to go with 1 fullback. But being that he was playing tight end and fullback, I said, that's the versatility. Maybe the versatility is going to earn him a spot on this roster. So that's my thought process when it came to that. Right? Hold on, let me get it. Say, what is a player to be named shortly? Okay, cool. Mark, shout out to you. Paul said, Tony H, you think it's T. Higgins year with the scare of Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase is just fine. Yeah, he's going to be good. So Ben Simmons' versatility is what triggered me to say, you know what? Go ahead and let's give him a spot. So
Okay.
are
I
we?
like
So far right now we in a disagreement with Ben Sims, but you got Greg Dulcich and Cass Merritt. Do you only have 2 tight ends?
no.
Who you? Please don't tell me.
No.
Who did you have at the third? You had
Listen.
Cole Turner.
Listen. No. And listen, I want this. I want this to be known. Okay. I want this to be known. I have DJ Herman, right, as the only fullback slot. And I think maybe this is where we get, mixed up. I had Ben Sims with the tight end group. I didn't put him with the
Oh, but you
fullback,
have him
even
there,
though,
yeah.
yes, I have him there. I just didn't have him in the fullback
Oh,
slot.
okay. No, yeah,
That's
no.
all.
Oh, okay, roster positions. I don't care. I just want to see if they make the roster. Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's semantics. Crypto now up here. We're not speaking semantics. So
Okay.
With all the names so far. Okay,
Right,
cool.
right.
And then you say we agree with Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman Jr., and Jalen Tolbert. You want to hear
5 for 5.
That's the 5.
5 for 5.
Crazy. We didn't put Taj Washington on there because he actually got cut today.
Right.
When I saw that, I said, "Oh my God! Thank goodness!" I would have been down a man before we even started this. Be like, "Yo, I already got one wrong because they cut the man on the way here." You understand? So just so y'all know, these graphics was already done since last night. So there was no change. There was nothing. So whoever they cut, I'm like, hey, they starting to cut people already. I saw Cole Turner get cut. I said, whoa, I'm doing good so far. You understand? So I was like, okay, good. So my hopes went up. My hit rating went up just a little bit. So okay, so now listen, Vicinity.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yes.
Offensive line as a whole was by far the most difficult unit for me to predict. Let me tell you who I had. I had Patrick Paul, Caden Proctor, Aaron Brewer, Jonas Savannah, Austin Jackson. After that, I was completely lost. The only one I said I think have a good chance to make this is Andrew Myers because we don't have no other person that can play center behind Aaron Brewer but him.
Right.
But how you say his name? Gottlieb Adizi, right?
Yeah. Ayadiz, yeah.
Ayadiz, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's Adizi or Ayadiz, Adiz, however you say it, right?
Just call him
I don't even like that dude. The only reason I put him on there because I'm like, he's like the only left tackle. Remember, we saw them even they tried Charlie Heck over there at left tackle. He didn't look good, but predominantly he played right tackle. Remember, they tried Caden Wallace over there at left tackle. He didn't look good. And they tried I saw Caden Wallace play left tackle, right guard, and left guard. And I also seen DJ Campbell play right and left guard. But he's technically a right guard. And Caden Wallace is the right guard. So I'm like, but I did see, this is when I went back and I'm like, you know what I mean? Let me go check some film out. I was like, okay, I seen them play DJ Campbell at left guard against the Giants.
Yep.
So, okay, that to me, that's saying they trying something out. So I'm like, okay, let me go put DJ Campbell there. And that's how I got there. I even went as far as to go check out their initial 53-man roster to see what I agree with, what I disagree with. And I noticed they only had Caden Proctor listed on the depth chart as a left guard. They didn't have no one else. No second team, no nothing. So I was like, man, it was so difficult to come to these offensive linemen. So any disagreements or names that you have that I don't have?
Yeah. So my first person that I actually want to ask you about, right? Since, full transparency, Marquez Cox, is he just trash or like?
I didn't.
Right.
When I saw, hey, listen, let me show you what I did. This is the roster here. I say, Cox. Let me find them. 70. I don't even remember nothing from him.
Right.
So I say, you know what? I'm not gonna put him. That might be a miss, but I'm not gonna put him.
I have them.
So how many offensive linemen do you have as a whole?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh.
You have 9?
It would be about. Well, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna 2. It would be 10.
And I have 10. So
You have 10.
who do I have up here that you don't have?
DJ Campbell.
Oh, you don't have the rookie. Okay. And he was the one but isn't Cox, how many years has he been in the league?
That's a great question.
Is he the first year guy? It's just like, what is he? Let me see. Let me see if I can let me check it out. I think if I pull up their roster, it'll give me the years. Okay, what number is he? 70?
He was undrafted in 2025, so this would be his second year.
See? That's the thing. He's a 1 year out of Kentucky. And he's a tackle. That's the thing for saying he's a tackle.
You might have that one then. You might have that one now. Yeah, and that's why I put him on it, because respectfully, I went to another roster and had his name under the guard and tackle position. So I was like, maybe the versatility. Yeah, I went online. I didn't have the,
well, this is what this don't have. Oh no, wait. This only has him as a tackle here, Vicendi.
Yeah, I went to the Dolphins website for the depth chart to see the players that were current, and it had him listed twice. So I was like, you know what?
Oh, he's listed twice. I didn't notice that.
Versatility might get me there. That's the only reason.
I didn't notice that,
because I know nothing about that man. I know nothing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I saw something in that man. I don't know. I just saw him listed as the third tackle and the second guard, and I was like, okay, maybe.
Okay, so you're right. So you might be right on that one, because now that I'm looking at their depth chart, they have him listed at left tackle and left guard, and they only have DJ Campbell at right guard. They don't have him at that left guard situation. So that might be one that you got correct, and I might be wrong because of the versatility. So let's see how that works out for us. But we both can agree this was the toughest unit to even, because I was like, are they going with 10 linemen or are they going with 9? And so I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, I have to at least get 10, 2 for each unit. That was the bare minimum. So I say, listen, let me get 10. Hey, listen, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I think we were 22 away, or 28. I'm sorry, I don't remember, away from the 1,000. So let's try to get us to a 1,000 before this first week. The first game of the season. We got a week and a half. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe while y'all on the way in here. Okay, now, so we agree with I didn't know if I just put 10 because I was gonna go with 9, and DJ Campbell wasn't gonna make the list. So I said, you know what? Let me go there. Charlie Heck is I don't even know why he even on here, but he's the only one. Caden Wallace, I think, because of the versatility. Jonah. So I guess we're in agreement in that. Okay, so anything else you want to point out when it comes to offense? I think we're pretty much in line, right?
Yeah, pretty much in line, except for that one player. Yep, that's
So we had so you had 24 offensive players just like I did. You didn't notice that?
Yes. Huh? I did not. I just know I counted 53, and I said don't 24.
And so that means you also have 26 defensive players like I have. Speaking of defense, boom. So we both have 26 defensive players. Okay. First thing first, as you can see, the punters, what you see right there, off by themselves. The kicker, Wiley Patterson, punter, Bradley Pinion, I think that's his name. Let me say his name right. Bradley Pinion, and then the Addington. What's his first name? I'm sorry. Is it Tucker? I don't know, but he's a long snapper. Sorry if I don't get your name right, my brother. But I think it's Tucker Addison. I think so. Yes, it's Tucker Addington. Okay, thank you. So we got that. Steve said he had 24. So we all had 24 offensive players. Okay, shout out to you. Okay, so D tackles. I have 5. What did you go with?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we got the same. I got Zach Sealer, Ken Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, and Matthew Butler.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of mine, so you know I'm not capping. Yeah, I really have those 5. Yeah.
So okay, because I almost didn't put Matthew Butler on there. Almost replaced him with what's number 97? Let me give you his name. Keith Cooper Jr. Because he's been showing up as of late. So I won't be surprised if Matthew Butler get replaced by him, but I put him there just because he was a vet. And I'm like, I don't know the mindset of Hafley and how they build their team yet. So I'm just going, this is the first time I'm just going blindly, going in here blind. I don't understand. So after this year, I would say, let's see how his mind, if he would like, okay, I'm gonna keep the young guys, which from what he said, he would, right? Because Matthew Butler was okay, he was doing pretty good, but I wouldn't be mad if he keep Cooper Jr. because he started to flash towards the end. Steve said Cooper Jr. is who I kept. Okay, cool. That's interesting to see. Left, so I put left in, right in.
Okay.
Just for the purpose of me, even though they have them listed, a lot of these people listed as linebackers, outside linebackers.
Right.
For the sake of me getting my roster together, like I said, I put starters in it. Then I said, okay, let's figure this out. This left in, right in, inside linebackers was kind of difficult for me as well. It was kind of difficult. This unit was only because how many people I had to pick was the most difficult unit I had to pick through, because as you can see, I don't have Ojabo on there, which I think
I don't have him either.
Okay, so I have the edges. My edges, I have Chop Robinson, Robert Bill Jr., Max Llewellyn, Josh Uche, Cam Good. Who you have?
Okay, that, but I don't have Cam.
So you have Max Llewellyn over Cam? I thought it would have been the other way around.
Listen, that one was really hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. I could see him making it, but he's like, to me, the only way I see him making it is as a special teams player. Like, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. But I'm just
Cam Good.
No, yeah, good. I'm just being
I
honest.
think that's what locked him in. Yeah. Remember, he was the captain of the. So I think that locked him in. So so you don't have Cam Good. So how many did you separate?
He's our special team captain, or he was last year.
Last year, yeah. I'm saying last year because that he was like the specialty. That's his specialty on there.
Let me mark that one.
It's a new regime though, Fitzgerald. So new regime.
Yeah.
They might like they. Go ahead.
No, so they might like it. Trey Moore. Is it because you have him going on the pup?
Bing, ding, 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 ding. I was going to say that when I got to inside linebackers. Why Woodard made it, because Woodard would have not. Well, not Woodard. It was a toss up between Woodard and Willie Gay Jr. for me. One of them aren't going to make it, and I was leaning more towards Willie Gay Jr. because how Woodard was playing towards in the last preseason games, and Willie Gay Jr. was playing a lot. Right. If he would have been like on the sideline, kind of in the realm of, okay, he's one of the guys that made it, so we don't have to see him play a lot, I would have been leaning more towards him. But for real, what's his name? Nah, Steve.
I don't have him.
I don't have him on there either.
No.
If he make it, cool. But I didn't have him in there. So hold on, I'm looking for something.
Oh, you good? Take your time.
I upload the wrong one. I just saw it.
Sometimes.
I just saw it. I upload the wrong one. Cause I'm like, I had Willie Gay Jr. on the brink, him and Lonnie Johnson Jr. And I see both of them on here. And I just saw what Mike Best said. Kyle Lewis isn't on here. And I do have Kyle Lewis on mine. On this list. On this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's on. Shout out to New Jersey. He's on mine.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Mike Best. Yes. Let me see if I
didn't even pick up on it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let me see if I pick a if I could upload them right. But yeah. So I'll have to upload that one. Okay. But yeah, so who on there so far from the inside linebackers vicinity that you don't that you have that I don't, outside of Kyle Lewis, but let me upload that. I got it. Dang,
here's the thing.
Hopefully, I saved it. If I didn't, be so mad.
Oh yeah, outside of Kyle Lewis, not outside of that, we are 100% on par, I believe. That's kind of crazy that I didn't pick up on that. The disrespect to New Jersey needs to be studied. With all that being said, with all that being saying, shout out to the young guys from New Jersey. They have been eliminated. Just some color commentary while Tony is uploading his real defensive list. 100% proud of you guys from Bayonne. You may or may not see this message, but it was wonderful watching you play, and shout out to you. Can I ask you about your nickel?
Yes.
Okay. You have Chris Johnson and Marco Wilson. So you see Marco playing more of the nickel than a potential outside?
No.
Or do you think he could? Oh,
no,
you don't.
No, I'm gonna explain that in a second. Let me.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
I had to take it. All right, boom. Hold on. Okay, I found it. Whew. Hey, I would have been I would have been pissed off. Hold on. Let me check. That's like, oh my God.
Traditional. Can't go wrong with pen and paper, people. Can't go wrong.
That is true.
Can't go wrong. It's cemented. I might just sign it to solidify that it was the original.
Yes, copy. This one is it. Thank you. Okay. Now we cooking with grease. So I did. Okay. I didn't have Lonnie Johnson. So take Lonnie Johnson off and put Kyle Lewis as strong safety.
Okay.
All right, move you. Whew. Shout out to Steve. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So now ask the question again. I'm sorry for Sydney.
Okay. So your nickel. I see you have Chris Johnson and Marco Wilson Jr.
Okay. So.
My question was, do you see him playing more nickel than outside, or do you see him just not on the field?
No, he's going to be outside. The reason that this is like this is because how I lined it up to keep the count and give my and know how many. So when I look at the cornerbacks, I'm like, okay, I'm at 2, 4, 6. It's in the matter of how many I think are going to make the roster that they're going to go with. So how this went was, I went and got all the players that I thought was going to make the roster. And then literally at cornerback, these are the names that I came with that's going to make the team. Juju Brents, Chris Johnson. And that was it. Everyone else, I was like, okay, let me fill out the roster. And then that's when the question came to me, and I said, hey, how many are they going to keep on offense and how many are they going to keep on defense? Because technically it could be 25-25. So that's when I was like, okay, let me look at Willie Gay Jr. Let me go look at DJ Campbell. Okay, you know what? I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling about them. So then I started going with people like, okay, I think Marco Wilson Jr. is going to make it because, he's going to be, I've seen him practice a lot. So let me put him down there. AJ Green is the last cornerback I put on there because Marco Wilson was the last cornerback I put on there because I was like, if I have to go with Marco Wilson Jr. or AJ Green, even though I think they might keep Marco Wilson, I don't even think he's a junior. I keep calling him a junior. Marco Wilson, I like what I seen from AJ Green, the third, more. So I said, let me put his name down. And then let me start filling in my offensive slots. And when it came down to 24, I say, am I going 25, or will I go 26, 24? And I like more of the defensive guys than the offensive guys because the offensive line was atrocious. And I'm like, nah. So I'll put an extra on defense just to get Wilson and AJ Green on there, as opposed to going 25. So that's why I just threw them in there so I could keep the count. Because if I have a nickel right now, the only one that I have at nickel is Chris Johnson.
And that's all I had. That's all I had at nickel was Chris Johnson.
Okay, so what about the inside linebackers? I got Jordan Brooks, I got Woodard, I got Tyrell Dodson, I got Willie Gay Jr. and Jacob Rodriguez. Who do you have?
I have that on par, but I also wrote down Kyle Lewis's name on both. Like I have him there and at safety. I just wrote him in both slots.
Okay.
I understand he's one player, but yeah.
So now I have a question for you. Yes. Jackson Woodard.
Jackson, yeah.
So neither one of us have Lewis Moore, right? The safety, and we know the safety is been the the
No.
biggest question. You have Lewis Moore on there? I know. You have him? Oh,
I
so
can send you a picture.
who do you have
I
that
can
I
send
don't
you.
have? Because I got Zane Anderson, Michael Taft, Dante Trader Jr., and Kyle Lewis. So
I have Zane Anderson, Dante Trader Jr., Lewis Moore, Michael Taft. Okay, this is where I had questions, right? These are my two questions. Lonnie Johnson Jr. and Major Burns. Cut?
you have both of them?
No, I said these are my questions. I don't have them. I don't have both
You
of
can
them.
have who you want, but
No. These are
I
why I
have
said these are
both
my
of them off.
questions.
Yes, both of them
Okay.
off. Maybe they make the practice squad.
Practice squad. Okay.
So, question: cornerbacks.
Yes.
Do your cornerbacks match? So, hold on. So, if you have, let me see. Do you got Ethan Bond on there? Ethan Bond on there?
No, I do not. I do not have White Lightning. I do not.
Oh,
I know that was.
Do I, Steve? Let me count my players. That's probably why. I might have to get some extra. That's probably why, Steve. God dang.
What, you don't have 53?
He said I have an extra slot on defense. So I probably do have a slot for an extra player. I probably.
Well, no. If you have 3, hold up. You only have 25 on defense. Oh yeah, 24. Yeah, so yeah, you would have extra slot. Yeah.
I have 25. I had the extra slot, so I got to pick somebody else. Maybe that's what happened when I probably took one of them off and let me. So do I? I probably was just missing Kyle Lewis off that other one. So this is probably what both of them was confused. I'm like, dang, for some reason I can't get these numbers to add up. It's because I didn't have Kyle Lewis on there. But I still don't think Lonnie Johnson Jr. will make the team though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I had a question because I just had a question about him. I was wondering, like, what were your thoughts?
So I don't think he makes the team.
Lewis Moore? No.
If anyone, I would have Lonnie Johnson over Lewis Moore because he's a veteran. We have seen absolutely nothing for Lewis Moore. And I forgot Lonnie Johnson Jr. because I asked who was number 32. So that's what happened.
And no Major Burns, correct?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, absolutely not.
So give me your so who are your linebackers? Give me your linebackers.
Oh, shout out to that. I have my linebackers. Trey Moore is on the pup, just so I can reiterate that for people because sometimes people don't remember that you put that. Jordan Brooks, Kyle Lewis is technically on it. Tyrell Dodson, Jacob Rodriguez, Willie Gay Jr., and Jackson Woodard.
It's only 5? I have 5 too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would technically be 6 if you keep Kyle Lewis in that room. But yeah, technically 5. Yes. Technically, yes. It would only be 5.
I got 5 too. Okay.
But
that's because I put Kyle Lewis in the safety room.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So then, the only one that we have off is safeties, right? You have Lewis Moore in safety, and I don't have Lewis Moore in safety. But there has to be someone on here. No. It's because I was missing one. So yes.
Right.
Okay, so yes.
Right. And I have Kyle Lewis in both rooms. We're there.
So
we're there.
One, so you have to have. Okay. And so you got Juju Brents, Ethan Bonner, Marco Wilson, Chris Johnson, Jason Marshall Jr., and AJ Green on your team as your cornerbacks.
Wait, say those names again. Juju Brents.
Did you have AJ Green going?
Yes, I do. Marco Wilson.
Yeah. Chris Johnson.
Yes. As the nickel.
Juju Brents.
Yep.
Ethan Bonner.
No.
Oh no, Ethan Bonner. So how many cornerbacks you got?
Don't shoot the sheriff.
Okay.
I might fake this roster. Technically, if we're counting Chris Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be right. 5, yeah.
So you got 5, and I have 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have Christian, I had Juju Brent. So
yeah, but I had an extra safety. Yeah.
So you have everyone on mine except for
Bonner.
Ethan Bonner. So you don't have Ethan Bonner. Oh, interesting.
I know. And he might, and I think he'll. I mean, I don't know if he'll make it, but yeah, I was making cuts.
Who was that linebacker? He was out there. I forgot what. Is it 40? No. Forgot his name, but he like 6'5" or whatever he was. Okay, so far we got everything. Basically, we on par with everything basically except for 2. Well, now we 3 players off, right?
We have Bonner. We have Jesus. Who was the other guy?
Bonner, and you don't have Max Llewellyn. I mean, you don't have Cam Good. You have Willie Gay Jr. on yours, though?
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, yes. Yeah.
So I got Bonner and Ethan. I got Bonner and Cam Good that you don't have. You have Lewis Moore. And
now when I think about it, it sounds kind of crazy.
But... And who else do you have that I don't have? Okay.
I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down.
But we good though. So we
like this. Steve been listening intently. Who do I'm sorry. Like
okay.
Steve.
Well, we can go back and listen. So okay, so but
yeah.
All in all, we're basically what 2 players on defense, and I think 1 player on offense. Who we was off 1 on offense. Let me go back to offense real quick. Who did I have? No, because we had been.
You had DJ Campbell, and I didn't have DJ Campbell.
And yeah, you had the other guy that was playing both.
Cox. No.
Marquise Cox. Yes, you have Marquise Cox. Okay, so all right, so we 3 players off. All right, cool. Let's see how it goes. Shout out to y'all, 21 of y'all in the building. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. This is our annual initial 53-man roster prediction. This do not include if they make the 53 roster and they get cut afterwards. That's not our fault. We still going with the initial one and comparing it to what we think the initial roster is. I'm excited for this one because it's our first time seeing the mindset of Jeff Hafley and his team and see if he's going by what we've seen in practice and keeping the guys that he felt like performed the best. Because it's going to be very interesting to see if he keeps if he keeps what's his name, AJ Green the third. Because remember I said he was on the third and second team, but majority of the third team. But he's been the most impressive out there. That's including Chris Johnson Jr. He's been the most impressive cornerback. I think if anyone that's been to training camp, if you ask them who's been the most impressive outside of people that's pushing narrative, they're gonna tell you Chris Johnson because he was the first round draft pick. AJ Green is going to be the one that pops out for people, right? So, okay, if you think who that say, Joe said, Joel, I'm sorry, Joel said, either Joel or Joe, I'm sorry, just saying, Wright had a bad preseason. Wouldn't shock me if he gets cut. If you think Jalen Wright is getting cut with what we have in that running back room, nah, that's not gonna happen. Absolutely, that running back room is terrible. All right, listen, 22 of y'all in the building. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, help us get to 1,000 before we're 22 or 28 away. So for anyone in the chat, Idle Man said 2 fullbacks. Ben Sims is technically a tight end that they played at fullback. So I have 1 fullback, 3 tight ends, technically, if you want to know why I put it like that, So just a FYI. So any questions for the 53 vicinity offense defense? We good?
I think it was really good, Tone. I think we weren't too off on it. I think, after watching what we watched last week, it was very easy but interesting. But it was more about for me like count how many players do I expect them to keep in each room, and then going forward with that. But I had a little bit of fun with this one. I know someone said that this is like the worst roster that they've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
You
but
never
that's
know. You never know. You
I
say
would
that
say
now,
this
but you
though.
never know.
I would this one if I had one thing that I would like, I want to do this over so I could take a good look at and glance at, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to just go based off what I saw. I would
Mm-hmm.
have get my roster. I would have went back and
Mm-hmm.
saw who did they have playing special teams.
Yes.
Because a lot of these players are going to make it on special
Special.
teams.
Yes,
No, I
that's what I
don't
was
have
thinking.
a IR a pup prediction. I did. Trey Moore is on pup. He's the only one that I'm like, okay, Trey Moore is going
Most
on a
likely.
pup.
Yeah.
So if you bring Trey Moore off, then obviously I'm switching my linebackers out. And if I switch my linebackers out, either Willie Gay Jr. or Woodard is gone. And probably lean more towards Willie Gay Jr. based on what I've seen. But being a veteran, I think they probably would lean more towards Woodard because he didn't pop out on the screen until afterwards. But it's interesting to see when did we pick him up, because I don't think he was here at the beginning. Yeah, he did mention that he won't be ready next week, Steve. But remember, if they put him on a pup, he has to miss a potential 4 games. I mean, a minimum of 4. So I don't think they'll do that. So I don't, that's the only reason, because I thought about that. I'm like, they said next week, but they didn't. He didn't say how confident or not non-confident he is with him playing in the opening game, opening week, So I don't know, the season opener. So that's the reason why I say, you know what, I'll go with Kenny Grant. But if Kenny Grant make the pope, then that's the pope list. Then that couldn't be a possibility, right?
Yeah, that would be very interesting to see, especially since he hasn't seen the film in a while. Are you ready to get into the next
Yes.
topic, Tony?
And Idle Man, I didn't practice squad. I don't want none of these people on our practice squad. So yeah, I didn't. It was hard enough to see who was gonna make the list. But yeah, I didn't do the practice squad, my brother. Yes, I'm ready. You ready to get into the topic? Let's get it.
I'm really excited to get into this next topic. In a perfect world, Tony, you know what? Let's just get straight to it. What are your predictions, or what are you expecting going into this final preseason game on Friday?
Okay, the first thing first is I hope it's a perfect world. That'd be the first thing first, so we can see how starters actually play. That'd be the first thing that I'm hoping for, because in a perfect world, yes, they would get playing time. Now, I did see the reports that came out of the very last training camp session, y'all. So it was the very last one today, and everything. There wasn't no injuries coming out. The only thing we heard was that Chris Bell did have like a hard fall, but he got up and went to the went back to the huddle like nothing happened. So that's a good sign. He's not showing any signs of being, scared or tentative on that leg or anything. But outside of that, yesterday we heard all the reports. The offense looked horrible. I'm talking about completely trash. Malik Willis threw 2 interceptions. It was so bad that Malik Willis had to stop them mid-practice, huddle up the offense, and give them like a lashing out to, telling them that they had to pick up the pace because how bad they were. Good leadership qualities, but bad when it comes to execution. So, hey, we have to call a spade a spade. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, this leaning towards, hey, yeah, they need to practice. They need to play. Keep in mind, people, I don't know if we mentioned this last time on the show. I know we mentioned it in spaces. If our starters do not play a down in this preseason game, it would be essentially a full month since that they actually took a snap in a regular in a game, an actual game, which means they only have training camp. Being that they didn't have a joint practice, they hadn't simulated a game-like situation against another team, that would be 3 weeks since they did that. Leading up, if they don't practice it going to the game. So no, I think it's absolutely pivotal that they get some game reps, at least two series. And I do not care who the Atlanta Falcons are playing. I do not care if it's the starters. They can play their B team, which is their practice squad team. I don't care who you're playing. Our players need to get some in-game reps. Case in point, my brother brought this up because they need to get used to getting tackled. Even when in joint practices, yes, sometimes they tackle, but for the most part, 80% of the time, they're not tackling them. They're just wrapping them up to secure the tackle, and that's it. So your body has to get used to the wear and tearing of falling on that grass and that turf or whatever. This is how you get in football shape. Trust me, take it from one of the greatest boxers of all, well, maybe the greatest boxer of all time, Mayweather, depending on how you look at it. When he was going through that exhibition game with Conor McGregor, guess what he said? Yes, he fights MMA, but he's not used to being leaned on. Someone punching at his arm, not to even, punch on him. Just punch at his arm, the wear and tear, and then your arm gets tired from just getting touched so much because you don't too much do that in MMA. And then me just leaning on you just to tire you out and holding and letting you go. Things like that to force you to push me off you every single time. Your body get wear and tear. He said, by round 7 and 8, I'm going to get him out of there because he's going to be exhausted. It's the same thing with football. You have to get used to hitting that ground. Trust me, getting tackled knocks the wind out of you. If you don't believe me, just go outside and start falling. Fall straight to the ground and keep getting up and see how tired you get after a couple falls. And I'm talking about just flop to the ground like you got tackled. Trust me. We used to call them up downs. When you just got to run and just hit your chest. You just got to fall straight on your chest. Don't break your fall. Those because they're getting you into football shape and used to getting tackled, slammed to the ground and getting back up. So your body built up that endurance. So that's the main important thing that I'm looking forward to, or I'm expecting for Insanity, is our starters to play at minimum 2 series. If they play 1, I'm gonna be pissed off, but at least they played 1. They played 1. If they don't play 1 at all, I am going to flip the internet upside down. Mind you, this is coming for the one that still believe we can win 9 or 10 games. If they don't play, it might be 1.5. I'm telling you, I'm going to flip it upside down. I am going to flip the internet upside down. So the thing that I'm looking forward to, now another thing that I'm looking forward to is we saw how terrible this third team looked, the second team looked, and that's quarterbacks in offense and defense. But he said there's still a quarterback competition between Quinn Ewers and Cam Miller. I want to see how many snaps they give him to see who he's leaning more towards. It was said that Quinn Ewers had finally a day that he looked better just throwing the ball, making decisions, and getting the football out of there. So is that a good sign? I don't know. They have looked bad this whole training camp. So I'm looking for that. Now, the third thing, and I'm gonna let you go ahead for Insanity, right? Mm-hmm. I want to see who sit on the sideline and don't get a lot of playing time. That's going to give me my first insight on who's the guys on the brink and the guys that might be safe. Because let's say if I go out there and Kyle Lewis, last time he played 32 snaps. If he played only 17, 18, chances are he's on the team. I don't need to see a lot from you. So I'm paying attention. Those are the things that I'm looking forward to. And I'll say this up here. We're going to live stream play-by-play the game. If our starters don't play, I might only live stream the first half. I mean, the first quarter. I refuse to watch. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna be pissed off. We might do the first quarter. You know, I'm saying that live because that's not even gonna be the mentality that I'm looking for. So yeah. So those are the 3 main points, things that I'm looking forward to Finsanity when it comes to tomorrow. I mean, it's Friday's preseason game, the final one before the regular season starts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, listen, I don't want to echo the same things that you said, right? I don't want to say, let's just put it like this. I want to see those same things too, but let me expound upon that all, right? I want to see how our offensive line looks. I want to see how comfortable Malik looks behind that offensive line, right? Or is it a quick trigger or a quick clock in his head saying, I don't trust these guys in a real game situation. Let me start making not necessarily rash decisions, but other decisions, right? I think we looked at the one play in the conversation was, did he hold on to the ball too long? Or was it that, the wide receivers didn't get open, right? So speaking of that, can our wide receivers get open, right? Jesus, help us all if they can't. And shout out to Malik because I went back today and I watched a little bit of his film and tape from last season, right? Because I wanted to see if there was anything that I've seen so far and within the footage that you've gotten, Tony, and what we've seen on the field in our first preseason game that correlates to some of the stuff that we saw him do with Green Bay. And ironically, Tony, that one play where he rolls out to his left and the guy batted it down when it was going to go to the tight end, literally saw that play. So I was like, you know what? I'm glad that they're giving him things that he's comfortable. And it shows me that he can make that throw. He can make that play, right? So roll out to the right or left. I think the next thing I need to see, and I'm not sure because it's going to be very interesting. Does Jordan Brooks finally see the field? And if he does, how does our run defense look? Right, because
injuries, Cindy. I just want to know he's injured. So if they hold him out, I'm not blaming him for that because you don't want to risk injuries if he's nicked up right now. That's the only caveat that I would get because he has been injured. That's
man. Listen, I 100% get you, and I know what we have in him, but I'm not going to say but. That is a very amazing point to make. Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate that. And then finally, I would have to say the last thing that I would want to see is, can Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon hold into the football? Because I'm tired of seeing every single game that ball hit the ground. Like, we're getting to the point where it's HN and nothing else, because I would not trust the ball in their hands, not even for one play at this point. It's bad. It's egregious. You're really playing Russian roulette with them every single time you give them a handoff. Do they have the capability and the ability to make plays and run well? Absolutely. It's the finishing without the ball being, knocked out of their hand that I want to see. So for me, those are the points. I know I harped a lot on the offense, and it's because I have a lot more questions on that side. I'm kind of understanding what my defense and secondary is going to be. I understand that it's going to be heavily reliant on our front seven. But Tom, that's all I got. My next, hold up.
Go ahead.
Can I? Okay. So I'm not saying I'm trying to be messy, Tony.
But you are.
But I'm trying to be messy. It came out today that the Atlanta Falcons absolutely hate Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh.
And what do I mean by that? You put that man in the most volatile environment right before the season. You could have protected that man, but instead you say no. You are going into the fire, into the coals of it all. And then, of course, we had someone decide that they wanted to be soft. And let me not say soft because I don't want to call a grown man soft. They wanted to be compassionate and tell the fans that they should not boo. Tony, What are your thoughts about Tua coming back and starting again in Hard Rock Stadium?
See, now, first, let me get to a couple. David Ferguson, he said, "Hey, fam, I don't know why I'm not getting notifications. Y'all live, I guess, of us live to later. Double check to make sure you have it on all and not personalized. That's the only thing I could say. But yeah, sometimes it happened to me too. So I like my phone, I had it, and it doesn't even come to my phone sometimes. So I don't know. I hope they're not trying to. Maybe we talking too much, keeping it too real over here. And Dolphins watching. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to shadow ban us, Dolphins. And listen, speaking of that, 25 of y'all in the building, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and help us get to the 1,000 with 22 away or 28. You know, I keep saying that. But and one more, it was funny. It was this one. He said, "Get ready to change that prediction button to a panic button." Shout out to you for noticing the prediction button in the middle of the screen. Shout out to him.
It's the details.
Yeah, it's attention to detail. Shout out to you. But he said misery with Malik. Oh, okay. But so see now for Sunday, this is where the mess come in, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me get rid of all this backstage. I'm done with this 53-man roster and all this. Let me remind y'all of something. Why? First of all, he gave a list of why we shouldn't boo Tua.
I have that list. Would you?
Do you have it? Thank you. I would say, please, can you read off the list of why we shouldn't boo Tua?
Okay. Number 1, he didn't choose his draft slot. Number 2, he didn't choose to give himself an extension. Sorry, that one. Hold up. Number 3.
Go ahead.
He had some memorable that you're not gonna do me. He had some memorable moments. Yes, he did. He did have some memorable moments, i.e., every Tennessee game. He was willing to risk injury for teammates and family.
Okay, so he didn't select his draft. I mean, he didn't make his draft selection. I gave him a check on that. That is true. He didn't give himself an extension. No, he didn't. But you know what he did? Held out for one. Did we forget about that? Oh, okay, cool. And the other ones, I'm not going to get into it. But since you had a list, I don't actually have a list on here, but this is an imaginary list. I have some things that I would like to tell people what we could boo about, right? Now before I do that, let me play a clip of someone that has the number one reason we should boo him.
Reaction. Let me give you mine here real quickly before we get going here. We paid that bum $200 million for 1 year of good play. $200 million is going to be the number when this year is over that we're going to be looking at in guaranteed money from his rookie signing bonus and the amount of money he just got that was guaranteed on that $200+ million contract. And he's coming out with some kind of weak, it wasn't players and players because he didn't want any of the players taking shots at him because they will. So he says the coach thing. And the only coach I can think of is the guy that treated him better than anybody he's ever had treat him in his friggin' life, Mike McDaniel. You can get on Mike whatever you don't like, but he treated that guy better than anybody. He changed and did as many things to give that guy a chance to be successful. And he comes out and people are going to think that was a Mike McDaniel thing. Man, I got to tell you, for a guy that had a bad hip coming in and played like you know what last year to the point they finally had to bench him after a Monday night football game. All his conversation should have been about second chance playing for the Falcons and shouldn't have been any of that stuff except I didn't play very well last year. That's it.
And now, see, y'all know he keep receipts. I do too. I have a good memory. Now, while I pull up one more thing, one reason why I'm still going to, well, I don't mind if they boo him, but I just want to let's keep the memories going so we can understand why we do have reasons to boo the young man. You know what I'm saying?
Reasons.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's remove this. So Vicente, let me address that first. We paid them, cool, for 1 good year.
Yep.
That's one reason to boo him for me. He's playing for the opposite team. He's a Falcons now. We can boo whoever we want. Don't we boo the Falcons when they come out?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the norm? The opposing team come out the huddle, you boo them. That's the norm. Standard procedure. You know what? I wish Von Joe was here, right? SOP, standard operation procedure. Boo them. So we got to be outside of norm. Go ahead, Fisendi.
No, finish the list. I have one reason. I just have one reason.
Okay. So you boo him. The second one was if Tua would have go to the end of what Joe Rose said when he did his interview in Atlanta. If he would have just focused on, I'm here for a second chance, what he's going to bring to the Atlanta Falcons and how he's going to move forward in his career, I would have respected that. No, he did exactly what he did over here, which is volunteer messiness and information about the turmoil that was going on in our locker room. That was no one business that they did not ask him for. So trying to throw our franchise under the bus while you're not still here. You're not even here, my good brother. Why are you speaking on us when you are not a Falcon? So yes, I'm going to boo you for that because you should have kept your mouth closed. You didn't even leave Appleby. You just went to running your mouth about the stuff that was going on. Yes, you deserve to get booed because you did it while you was here, throwing people under the bus. And then you threw the one guy that basically put his whole neck on the line, changed your whole career, gave you life-changing money, and you threw him under the bus? That should have been the one time you took it on. You know what? Even if that was true, you just move forward and go. That's it. No. And last one, Vicinity, before you could go, because I could say when he told us to eat the chips, but I'm not even going to get petty. I'm just talking about why we should boo him by him putting our franchise in the light, in the negative light when he didn't have to. And we could have moved for him. What is it, amicably? I hope I said that right? We could both move for amicably, both of us, and left it like that. Last but not least, for me, I don't forget. And let me enlarge this so y'all can see. This is the highest paid Miami Dolphins players this season. This season. Tua, number one with 55.4. Tyreek, Waddle, Jalen Ramsey, Mika Fitzpatrick, Zach Peter, Bradley Chubb, Teron Armstead. And I know y'all like Tua. That's 8 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 out of 8 people are on his roster. One. Look what Tua is. Fisendi, my math is pretty good, but I just want to double check with you. 28.2 and 23.2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's 51.4, right?
Yes.
So you mean he's more than Tyreek and Waddle together? And they built that team solely for him. Well, mainly for him, right? Cool. Not mine. That's what a team is supposed to do. But when you allocate this amount of money to build a team around you, at the very least you could do is leave this franchise and do not throw us under the bus. At the very least, because we're still paying you. So I got it. Cool. But look at that. So for me, he's on his payroll. And he's in the opposing team's uniform. Yes, we're going to boo him.
Loudly.
Of course. He did not leave with respect. He didn't. If he left with respect, you know what? Listen, for everything that he did, let bygones be bygones, we probably would have forgot about it. Actually, I'm so convinced that we would have forgot about it that I wasn't even thinking about whether we should boo him or not before Joe Shad came out here and gave us reasons not to boo us. Boo him.
Right.
Now I came in and say, now I need to find out reasons why we should. Because there's no need for you to bring that up. It just created light to something that was, to me, normal people would have been like, oh, you think they're going to boo him? But that's on while you in there listening to the broadcast. We play it with the sound off. so we don't get no strike. So we wouldn't care whether they booing or not. So those were my 3 main reasons. He gave 3 or 4. He gave 4, didn't he?
He gave 4.
Well, my 4th one would have been Petty. And since you said you had one, Fitzgerald, I'm gonna let you take the rest of them. But those are 3 reasons for me. Well, only one. I'm sorry. Well, that's 4. Then we 4 for 4. Hey, you ever been to Wendy's? I ain't mad at it.
It's been a while.
You know what? You're right. 4 for 4. You know, my daughter loves 4 for 4s. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shout out to your daughter.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's me. Fitzgerald, what you got?
All right. So, as a former supporter of Tua, I would say the only reason why being a Dolphins fan is never in our life did we see an organization protect mediocrity so much. It got to the point where whenever someone new or any one of these stars that you want to list that was brought in got in front of a press conference, it seemed like they always had something positive to say about Tua in his arm. And it's like, well, where did that come from? Oh, we throw the prettiest ball. Well, where and it seemed as if the PR and the marketing was to keep promoting and keep putting all this positivity and keep uplifting someone until there was nothing left they could do. They went to the end of the rope for you, and you decided to, instead of choose grace, instead of choose humbleness, meekness, patience, whatever Christian attribute you wanted to use that day, you decided to throw everyone underneath the bus. And you can't have the mindset of, I'm the highest paid in the building, so I have to be the most responsible. I have to be the leader. I have to be responsible. I have to be accountable. And you say this stuff. And then when it goes off the tracks, your first thing is to start telling you why everybody else is not making it work for you. Not ever what you could have done better. There was zero accountability with him. And I think for Dolphin fans, I think that's the only, I'm not going to say only, but that should be the major reason. It's not the divisiveness. People chose it, right? He didn't ask people to do that, right? He didn't ask people to be pro or against him, right? You can't put that on him. But his lack of accountability when it came to his play, that is why. And that's why when Tony and Lewis and I talk about, we want players like Patrick Paul, when they say, oh, I need to do this to get better, I'm not looking at what I'm doing well. Mike McDaniel had to show him what he did well just to get him in a mental mind frame that he could do this, just that he could get to do this. But he was not well receptive of criticism. He was not well receptive of tough critiques of saying, you need to do this to be better. I need you to get this on par. Would I boo him? No, because I really just don't care that much. But should the fans boo him? The people who spent their money, the people who use their time, and for you to do them like that, yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to tell anybody what they should or should not do. At the end of the day, he's no longer here. I'm on to Malik Willis in 2027. But it's very horrible the way that he chose not to show any gratitude for one of the fan bases that showed him as much criticism and hate. There were some people that would have gone to the end of the earth, and it started with the front office, because they did a lot of things to try to make sure he had a team of talent around him. And because of his lack of accountability, because of his lack of leadership, it never bore the fruit. And a lot of people paid the cost because you did not live up to the billing. And that's all I got to say. And then
Steve just brought up a good point. We can't escape being connected to this dude. Shout out to Sister Nene. Why can't we boo Tua, but we can boo Holland? Why not bring up Holland? A great point. We ain't got no list of why we should not boo Javon Holland. Javon Holland played. Didn't Javon Holland come to that stadium last week? We didn't get no reasons why we shouldn't boo him. But we know why. We do understand because it's like that. Out of sight of my, I forgot. Like I wouldn't think about booing a man.
No.
Like, let's be realistic. So stop bringing light to this. But if you want to bring light to it, we could bring the full light of everything that was actually happening. John said, hit the like button, everyone. Shout out to you, John. Furtherline.
John.
So Furtherland. But yes, shout out to you. That's vicinity. That's what I had for him. I didn't want. I don't bring this type of attention to us and try to coddle him because, God dog it, what is his name?
Joe Shad?
No, not Joe Shad. The one that he be on there with Joe Rose now. It'll come to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said it best. He was like, I'm so tired. And everyone is tired of walking on eggshell with this guy. That was one of the reasons why he said they got Dave Hyde. I knew it was going to come to me. Dave Hyde. That one of the reasons they got when he said everyone was so tired of walking the eggshells. And he said not only players, the beat writers as well. And Dave Hyde is an original G. He keeps it real. He don't like it. Some of it I hate because it seemed like he just negative or, but at least he doesn't cater.
Right.
And he was like, man, everyone is so tired of walking on eggshells around this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I understand. Y'all know how Joe Rose is. And I'm just saying, I just wanted to bring that part up so we can understand, But
I guess old habits die hard for Joe Shad.
Hey man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All I'm saying is that I don't whatever. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about because it's like nobody got to boo him. Nobody's gonna worry about this. But hey, it is what it is, man. We got a game to play. Let them come in, play the game. Make sure our starters get some reps, get in. Everyone go home healthy, both teams, and we could do it. That's all I'm saying. We could leave it like that, Tony. But outside of that, the Tua situation, anything else with the game though? With anything we're looking forward to outside of Tua and just the madness? Do you think? Go ahead, because I have one more thing I want to talk about. That's why.
Do you think they start your first overall pick?
You don't know who my first overall pick is, so stop.
I know who your first overall pick is. We know who your first overall pick is, Tony.
All right, who's we?
Everybody. We know who your guy is. We know who your guy is. We know who your guy is. Like that.
Hey, if you say so. Speaking of, I would like to point something out. Let's talk about a Dolphin player. Did y'all hear what Todd Robinson said?
Yeah, he wanted him. Oh, sorry. That's how I interpret it. That's how I interpret it.
That's what I got from that too. Pause if necessary. Want to hit him is crazy, but pause if necessary. He said, "Hey, in practice we couldn't hit him. I finally get my opportunity to tackle him. Let's go." And somebody said something I wanted to say. I think it was what's it, Idleman, which is, you know what? I don't care about booing him. This was my initial thought process before they tried to, cover it up and cater to him. No, we're not. No, coddle no one. Don't boo him. Sack him multiple times. There was nothing would satisfy me more than to sack two or three times. Just don't. What I don't want, and I'm just all sincerity. He gets sacked and then end up getting injured. Because I don't want that. That's not a sight that I'm looking for. You understand? Because I know that we have these weird widow friends that, want to throw. Because I saw when people were like, what's your best moment of tour? And, I trolled a little bit. I went and found, what do you call it? When you save, I bookmarked the tweet when Adam Schefter put that he got released. And when they said, what was your favorite moment of tour? I sent that to him. That's the way I troll. He was released. But I saw some egregious stuff that I do not like him having the concussions and that. Come on, man. Like, no. I could dislike him all I want. I would never wish harm on anyone. No. Any player, no matter how much I hate a team, I don't want him to get injured. Do I want him to get sacked? Yes. Do I want him to get flustered? Yes. Do I want him to either fumble or throw multiple interceptions? Of course. But I do not want none of that to lead to lead to him getting injured. Like, we could do better as a fan base when it comes to that. And, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. But it's me here giving the message of, y'all heard how much I despise how he put out the light that he put on, or the negative light that he put on his franchise. But at no circumstance at no point of time do I ever, or would I ever, want that man to get injured. Like, that's kind of wild to me, like, to think like that. You know, it's all in the spirit of sports, I mean. But there's something that's been a good sportsmanship. I mean, have a good sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once we leave the field, all right, hey, more power to you, my brother. Go on. But when you come in this arena or this stadium, we trying to dog you out, trying to sack you, we trying to pick you up, we trying to make you fumble. After that, man, go home healthy to your family. At the end of the day, that man have a wife and children.
Yes,
that have to, you know. So, like, that's all I want to say about that. Like, let's leave the negative stuff that we can leave separate. Keep it like that. But I love the mindset and the mentality that Chop Robinson had when he said, "Yes, I finally get a chance to actually hear him," and that they looking forward to him. Now, can I get my final thoughts, or you got anything?
Yeah, let's get final thoughts. I'm excited to hear yours.
I have a question for you for my final thought.
Oh man. Okay, what's up? Yeah.
If it was up for you, what's your opinion? Do the starters actually play Friday?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Me too. I still feel I do. I feel like they start and they actually play like around 2 series. I do believe that. So I'm happy for that. Shout out to, you know, everyone that came to rock with us. Excuse me. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Chop Robinson wanting to sack him. And football is almost here, people.
Yes.
The next time y'all see us, we will be live streaming. Doing a play-by-play for the preseason game, the very last preseason game before regular season. Getting excited. Oh, man. Listen, shout out to us remembering after we got off live that we had to do the 53-man roster, and it saved all of us for having to watch that terrible film. Saved us all from that terrible film. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. I had to rewatch that for no reason. For no reason. And I had some criticism for my boy Kyle Lewis. I did. Which I told you, I spoke to y'all, but I wanted y'all to see exactly what I was talking about with him hesitating.
Yeah.
Him hesitating instead of attacking. And that should be a learning moment and a teaching moment. Say, hey, you have to attack that because you're going to make a play regardless of what. You understand? Right. But it is great question. Does he say Bell should play? What about Chris Bell?
Yes.
Do you think he plays significant snaps?
Significant.
I'll say more than 2 series. I mean, at least 2 series. To me, that'd be a significant 2 series.
I believe understanding Hafley's knowledge and fundamental experience about the game, he knows that he needs to get his guy out there. Just hearing how he and Malik stayed after to do reps was meant a lot to me specifically because I wanted, them to get that chemistry. And we understand what we have a potential play of Chris Bell if he is what, we expect him to be. Listen, as long as we get the guy that showed up against a certain team from South Florida last college season, I'm happy with Chris Bell. I'm really excited to see what he can do now that he is down in South Florida himself.
Explosive.
Wonderful. Tone, I have a question because I'm just trying to pick your brain because this is part of. Were you done your final thoughts? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
My final thoughts. I noticed you didn't answer that question. Do you expect them to play your first overall pick?
I just said you don't know who my first overall pick is. I did answer it. You just didn't like the answer. But I clearly answered it. I haven't picked my first overall pick yet, so I'll draft this on the 30th. Shout out to I see Mike Best, whoever's in here. Don't forget, I'll draft this on the 30th. we got to do it on time because I have another draft at Hooters with my boy Alex and all them. Alex still is around. And he
That's
did it
Alex.
at 8 o'clock, man. I like you do know I have a draft at 6 o'clock that day. But I'll make it because I want to pass up a trip to go to Hooters with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? If you know Hooters, you know. Yes, fantasy draft, David. So yeah. Got to get, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm believing for Sunday we have to talk about this backstage because I think Kim, well, his brother was like, I don't think he can make it on Friday, so we might push it to Monday. And I'm like, Monday.
Wait,
I might have to.
What, he can't make it
might have
on
to push
Sunday?
the show up an hour, you know what I'm saying, on Monday because they wanted to do it at 8 o'clock on Monday instead of 8 o'clock on instead of 9 o'clock on Friday. So
wait, what are you talking
I'm on the
about?
30th. I'm so sorry. On the 30th.
Right. I'm like, how does that? Okay, I got
Tony,
you.
you're in the
Now.
building. Shout out to you. On the 30th. I'm so sorry. They instead of doing it at 9 o'clock on the 30th, they want to push it to Monday at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, and I'm like, we'll see. You know, we got stuff to do that day. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that. But yeah, so I don't know who I'm drafting first yet. Well, probably do, but I don't know who they're going to play or who you're talking about. But outside of that, Mike Best said, Tony, you think you can play corner in your prime? Of course, yes, for sure. On the team, yeah. I was a knucklehead. I was a great athlete. I was just a knucklehead, man. You know, it is what it is. No excuses, but yeah. I used to have coaches come pick me up to take me. I was just a knucklehead when I was young, man. That's all it was. But yeah, yeah, you live, you learn. Those experiences taught me something. Shout out to Jamaica from Zion, Tony Near in the building. Always, my brother. Always. Wait, where my other boy at? Where my other boy who was saying the millions?
Where's 305 at? Where's 305?
Yeah, that one. What? Hold on, man. Hold on. Where he been at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamaica from Zion in the building, though. He said, I missed out. I'm sad. Say all this year from losing to the night. Oh, but you know what, Steve? Next year we can jump in that. See, you know what? Next year is all fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? When I bring home that back-to-back champ, when I become the back-to-back champion, I'm gonna make a request that you have a slot in the next years, even if we got to move someone out. Booker T. Washington, Idol Man. He said, "What high school? Where you play high school?" Booker T. Washington, my good brother.
Yeah. So with that being said, you will see us Friday. Hopefully, it's a nice stream for all of us. Hopefully our starters get to play. We won't have to be frustrated. We don't need to, scout anymore for the 53. They're officially done. Can't wait for that to come out on Sunday. Can't wait for my fantasy draft. Can't wait for Tony to prove me right. I will tweet out who I believe his number 1 overall pick is. And we will see what he he knows who I expect him to get. I mean, if you're smart, and I said are they going to start him this weekend? It could only be one person, respectfully, like if you're smart. So make sure you follow us on X. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Lou, missed you today. Can't wait to see you on Friday. Hope everything's good with you. Oh, mom, dad, love you. That's all.
Before I get up out of here, I would Mom, hey, shout out to you, Dad. I forgot I was gonna say something before I left. He said, "Oh, here goes the millions." Yeah, of course, the millions. The league, dang, I missed out on it. Okay, forget it. But we'll see y'all Friday. Shout out to y'all for coming and rock with us on this day. We'll see this Wednesday. We'll see y'all. What time is the game for Sandy? I don't know. Is it 7?
7? I think 7.
Is it at 7? Whatever time the game is, we will be here. Y'all make sure y'all come watch along with us. I know what I was gonna say. I believe I wanted to give because I didn't tell you how much I thought Chris Bell was going to play. I believe they're hyping him up to play so they could get people excited to go watch him at the stadium, and that man might play 3 plays. I think that man might play 3 plays. I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Nah, listen, I hear you.
What Mom saying? She said absolutely no to the no. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's for. What did we say? He said absolutely no to the no. Come Is it the game? What time? The game? I don't know.
Mom, elaborate, please. If we
Is
play
it the
at 7,
fantasy? The
it
fantasy
could
league?
be. It could be. Could be.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I have not done, like with my father. I ask him every year. He's just not into fantasy football.
Shout out to Pop for
So.
being an old head. Like, yeah, that's right. Stick to we don't need that fantasy. You the real sport. Idle Man said 3 plays, 3 TDs. All right, man. What's we thinking? Shout out to you. He talk about Chris Bell. But yeah, that's all we have for y'all, man. Technically it can.
It could happen.
Technically it can. That's all we have for y'all today. We will see y'all Friday. I guess at 7 o'clock. But Percent, you gonna get us out of here, or you want?
Oh yeah, let's do this. As you guys know, this is the Wednesday night edition of the Blitz Pickup. For Tone, for Lou, tonight the revolver has to go to the booze that's gonna come from every single fan that's in that stadium. We'll see you Friday at 7 p.m. We out of here. Love you guys.